Hey, good morning everyone. Buddy here from the Denman Homestead, and I promised that I was going to show everyone what I've done in the laundry room as far as my kind of New Year's resolution with minimizing everything with our kids' clothing and our clothing, and then also just staying on top of laundry and having all of the kids help out when it comes to washing their clothes and folding and putting away their clothes. So I kind of redid the laundry room a little bit, nothing crazy, but I'll show you some of the things that I did. All right, so I have not organized everything yet, but we do have shoes, batteries and flashlights, paint, touch-up paint, some things for around the house, light bulbs, and school supplies, animal med supplies, and then just random stuff. This side I haven't really been able to touch yet. I have not tackled this side yet, but I am for organization. This is mostly cleaning supplies and then storage bins and stuff. But what I did in here, just to add a few things, so I added this magnetic lint bin. So this just kind of lifts up and you put the lint in there and it magnets to the side. That was on a shelf here that was taking up space. Took that shelf out. Then I added this little rolly cart. This rolly cart goes in between the two, and it has cleaning supplies and stuff that just kind of stays inside your laundry room. It's got the lint bin came with a little lint brush, and then if we find loose change, we put it in this little cup that G got me for Christmas. That's got a sausage and a pig saying, "I am your father," which is funny. So we'll put our loose change in there. And then I got these magnetic clothes savers is what they were called, I think. It just keeps stuff from falling down behind the back of the dryer. So put those on, and then the last thing that I added was this. This is really key for the kids. This is a detergent shelf that just kind of hangs on the wall, holds two things of detergent, and then it came with these little cup holders that go around the detergent to hold the cup in place on both sides, and you just kind of tighten them down. And then the kids, I measured this out so that I knew Alora, being the shortest one, could come up here and push the button to fill up the laundry detergent in here. So they can reach that. And that's kind of cool. I got to fill in these holes, but this is where the vacuum was hanging. I moved that to right there to kind of get it out of the way. And then there was that sign right there. It was like kind of up on the wall. I just kind of moved it out of the way as well. And then I put one of those broom holders right here so that instead, because we were just kind of throwing the broom up in this corner, and now you can actually put the broom inside this little 3M broom holder thing. So that's what I have done to the laundry room. All right, Laura, you want to walk us through what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
What?
So, I'm washing my clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
So first, if you have dirty clothes, you put it in your little handy-dandy hamper.
Uh-huh.
And then, if all of them are ready, have nothing in them, you first put all your clothes in the washer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, whenever your handy-dandy hamper is
Empty?
mm-hmm. Undo that. And then if you have a broken washer like this.
Okay, you don't gotta talk about a broken washer door.
You're just gonna lift it up, and then you're gonna close it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And then you're gonna get your wash
Detergent?
Yeah. Go up to there.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna open your smart wash.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in your main wash.
Okay. Yeah.
Then push the smart wash back. Put your little cup back. And then, come here. Then you're gonna press power. And then you're gonna do normal, casual, since they're closed. And you're gonna press, and it'll start. It'll start 50
minutes.
Good
job. So how do you like doing your laundry since New Year's?
It's a new goal for me.
It's a new goal for you? It's a new goal for the family.
Me too.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you like that your room doesn't get full of dirty clothes all the time?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
And
then whenever that's done with that little thing,
yes.
I can open this, put it in there, and then I can put this, and then you have to put it to.
Oh, you forgot a part. What do you got to add to the dryer?
Oh yeah, you put this little
Dryer
thing.
sheet. There you go.
Yeah, you put my clothes in there, and then put the dry sheet, and then you put some more dry, and then you press start.
Good job. And then while working in the laundry room, well, I mean, pretty much done in the laundry room. I may do a few organization, a few more things, but started to try and tackle Caden's new room, or the old office.
We gotta stop calling it that.
We're in Caden's bedroom.
Future bedroom.
Yeah. I have cut holes out of the wall, like that. Steph is designing the Murphy bed, and I'm designing what I'm trying to do is make see this right here? This has all of our network cables in it on the outside running through this channel thing. I want to bring that over into this corner because with Caden's room, it's not going to be able to just float in the middle like that. I want to bring it into the wall. So I want to take all those cables that are running through that channel and move that into the wall and put the insulation back, because this is an exterior wall, so I had to pull insulation out. Can
I say something?
Yeah.
If you have a newer home, like where instead of back in the day in the 90s where you would plug in your dial-up internet to a phone outlet, nowadays, most of the time, those setups are in the master closet.
Yeah.
And they're pre-built into the home to where it's not like that. But we didn't, when we built our home.
We didn't have high-speed internet, we didn't have fiber, we didn't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, so Buddy had to retrofit it, and that's what it looked like because there was no closet in this room because it was originally built to be an office.
Yeah.
So most of the time, newer builds have this already pre-designed in a closet somewhere.
And if you're designing a home, remember to leave it into your designs, because having a little network center in your house is going to save you from having to do what I'm doing right now. So, but yeah, that's the plan. So right now I'm trying to get through the blocks up there so I can get into the attic, and then the next plan will be to get into the attic, pull all those cables up and move them down here to this side, and then we'll put the insulation back and we'll tape and float another piece of sheetrock right there. So
you may want to explain that for people who missed it.
And if you missed it, that's where the branch came through our roof for the tree, and that hose is allowing water to drain into that bucket whenever it leaks, because there's a bucket up there with a hose. And I'm kind of crazy looking, but yeah. So I'm gonna actually cut that out to be an actual like square of sheetrock, so we can put a new piece of sheetrock there, tape and float that, fill some of these holes that are around the house, or that are around the walls from just having stuff mounted on the walls and stuff, and then we can texture and paint. So yay, texture and painting, our favorite, but it's just a tiny little, it's not, I mean, not gonna texture very much. All right, that's the plan right now. All right, let me give you a quick update on what I just finished doing. So here we have what it's gonna look like on the inside, and insulation right here, essentially. So I put this 2x4 in here. This is not only going to stop cables from going any further, but it's going to give us a lip to screw the sheetrock piece onto. So now, and I cleaned up these edges So now we've got a solid edge of the 2x4 to screw the sheetrock onto on both sides. This 2x4 is like split and jacked up, but it's okay, it'll work. Then, because this box is not very deep, I had to take this board that we had, this scrap board, and screw it to the plywood for the exterior wall to pop it out. Now you'll see here, oh, and plus I put that metal bracket to keep keep the studs kind of connected to that metal bracket. There is a little gap. I want to try and close that off with something, maybe a piece of wood or something, but the idea is we'll put all the network cables from the attic down through this channel, and it can't go anywhere until it gets to here. And when it gets to here, somewhere in this region right here is going to be our hole where the cables will come out of. And we'll be able to easily just kind of grab them through the hole and pull them out as we need them. So it keeps us from having to fish the cables through the wall with insulation and all that kind of stuff. This is a solid channel. It's exactly what that is over there, except now it's going to be hidden inside the sheetrock and make it look a lot cleaner and nicer. So that's where we're at. Now I'm going to, well, first I'm going to try and find a little piece of wood to cover that gap up there, and then I'm going to throw the insulation in. Then we're going to cut a sheetrock piece, screw it in. All right. Well, I actually got, I know it's kind of weird looking, but it was really small, too small for a piece of wood to put a screw in. So I got a piece of sandpaper and I folded it over so that it covered the gap. And then I screwed it in there because the sandpaper just worked a lot better than any little piece of wood that kept splitting on me. And then I got the insulation shoved back in there. Didn't really cut anything, just shoved it into the space. And I got the piece of sheetrock measured out and cut so that we can go ahead and slap that puppy on there. And we'll be good to go. All right, I got the old work box inside there. That's just a box that you cut the hole and stick it in there and it grabs onto the sheetrock. So I had made this little mark of where the open space was on the sheetrock when I put it up. So I knew to put the hole inside there. But that's what it looks like. And now I can actually, I'm not going to do it right now, but if I wanted to, I could go through and pull all the network cables back and run them in through the wall.
We've got this patch and we've got to tape and float it, and then we'll texture it. So we gotta get that done. Buddy and I left on this very chilly day to go to Home Depot to get a small bucket of mud, my favorite. And I will be, somehow I got the job of doing this, always. I don't know how that happened, but apparently I'm the one to do it. So this mud is actually pink. It's like a light pink, and it dries white. So that's when you know it's dry, which is pretty cool. I've never used this type of mud before, but should be fine for a small patch. What I'm doing right now, I'm just filling in this crease, or this cut in the wall. It's definitely pink. And filling in the holes, the screw holes. And then I'll come back with the tape. I'm being honest, I thought these days were behind me. But they're not. all that snow. Still snow on the ground. All right, so I am done with the first coat. I'm just gonna wait for this to dry, turn white. I patched where the tree came in the ceiling. Got a few patches in the ceiling that I did, and some holes in the wall that I touched up. But the big one was right here, and that is done. There's a white spot right here. That's where when the tree came through, the water just hit that wall and came down the wall. So that paint was flaking, so I just went ahead and took that off. That way, whenever I retexture, I'll just retexture that spot. But yep, so now I'll wait, and then once that dries, I will sand it and do a few more coats, and then we can texture.
Okay, well, all of the mud is dry. Got some cleanup to do in here. But that is ready for sanding and texturing, and then we will paint everything, get this moved over. Ceiling is patched. Starting to look like a room again a little bit. And due to the weather, we had another delay on our roof. So we were planning on it starting today, actually. But it will start maybe next week. So let's hope. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.
On the Denman Homestead, where the sun sets golden in the west, we live in harmony with nature, doing what we love best. From the garden to the kitchen, and the bees inside their hive. On the Denman Homestead, come along and plant, nourish, thrive.